Early results are in from local elections in the UK, where the governing Labour Party has lost seats in councils across the country. Some of them will go to politicians representing Nigel Farage's right-wing anti-immigration Reform Party, as well as the left-wing Greens and centrist Liberal Democrats. Reform saw its best results in the North and Midlands, taking hundreds of seats in once solid Labour territory. Reform says now that it is a formidable force.
It can't continue to be a fluke or a protest vote. I would honestly say you're witnessing an historic shift in British politics. This is now the most national of all parties. We're competitive in the north of Scotland. We were competitive in Cornwall in the county elections last year. We're competitive in every part of the country, and we're here to stay.
Well, the election is expected to increase pressure on the Labour Prime Minister Keir Starmer to step down.
They've sent a message that the change that we promised isn't being delivered in a way they can feel, and also, frankly, they're fed up with years of the status quo. But we were elected to deal with those challenges, and I'm not going to walk away from that and to plunge the country into chaos.
Our correspondent in London, Camille Nedelec, joins us now live with the latest. These polls are very important for Downing Street. Not because of the local aspect, because people generally vote nationally when they're in local elections. And Keir Starmer's been really trying to defend himself and show that he's got the belly for the fight.
Yes, exactly. So whilst these local councillors, they'll have the power to affect things like bin collections and roads, the reason why these elections have an outsized influence and outsized attention is because they're acting as a bellwether, essentially, for how the British public feel about Keir Starmer's premiership and the Labour Party more generally. And Keir Starmer was trying to hit a positive note earlier today, saying that he's not going to walk away, but also he is the person to lead the Labour Party through the next general election. So indicating there that he does expect to be here for the long term. Now, it's not unusual for a governing party to find itself getting a little bit of a battering in local elections, but one academic I've been speaking to said, well, this does seem to be shaping up for some really quite severe results for Labour, potentially historically bad. The Conservatives have also been seeing losses, and what this really shows, well, the clear winner so far has been the Reform Party. In the past few hours, the results have really been seeing Reform making gains. And while Nigel Farage is saying this is a historic moment because Reform is occupying this space, becoming more established, it's historic for a broader reason, which is the move away from this two-party politics. And that's something leader of the Conservatives, Camille, has been speaking on, saying the multi-party system is over. There's no such thing anymore as a safe seat for any party. That said, there are results still coming through, and the counting is expected to continue up until Saturday. But for now, that's what the picture seems to be.
Camille, of course, it was a cost of living crisis and other concerns for voters coming into these elections, and it was all really a lot of finger pointing at the Labour Party for those shortcomings.
Absolutely. The number one concern, and in fact, according to an Ipsos survey done a few weeks before these elections, pinpointed the cost of living as that absolute number one concern for voters across age ranges from 18 all the way to 55. And that really is quite significant. And it speaks to potentially the impact of the Iran war, supply chain disruption, and the pressure on the British economy as a result, and inflation, which the Bank of England is saying could be up to 6.2% at the beginning of 2027. And this is coming off the back of a long period of time in which the Conservatives were in power, where they brought in austerity, which was very unpopular amongst some, and then Labour having had time in office and people feeling, well, we're not seeing these improvements. We've tried the Conservatives, we've tried Labour. What else can we try?
Camille, thank you very much indeed. Camille Nedelec there, joining us live from just outside of number 10 Downing Street in London.